Wild boars are among the most dangerous animals in the world. They're responsible for over 500 human deaths per year in some countries, and are even making a comeback in others, where they were previously thought to be extinct. So today we're going to do something a little different. I've compiled 7 facts about wild boars that will make you never want to go anywhere near one. No one. Their tusks can grow up to 11 inches long. There are 2 types of wild boars. The truly gigantic ones with enormous tusks can grow up to 6 feet long and weigh up to 660 pounds. That's almost as big as a polar bear. These ones live in Russia and Eastern Europe. The more common variety is found throughout the rest of the world. These ones only get around 3 feet long and weigh about 220 pounds. But both varieties have tusks that can reach 11 inches in length, which is as long as an iPhone 14 Pro Max. They use these tusks for digging, fighting, and stabbing people. Number 2, they charge at 25 miles per hour. You might think that charging at 25 miles per hour doesn't sound that fast, but it is when you consider that a car is only going about 20 miles per hour. Wild boars can easily outrun most humans, and if they feel threatened, they won't hesitate to do just that. And unlike most animals that run away from danger, wild boars charge straight towards it, full speed ahead with their tusks out, ready to stab anything that gets in their way. No. 3, they're super strong. Not only can wild boars run faster than most humans, but they're also stronger than most humans. They can lift objects that are almost as heavy as they are. When fighting each other, they use their tusks and massive shoulders to overpower their opponent. And they're not afraid to bring that same kind of strength to humans. In fact, they've been known to lift and toss adults around like rag dolls. Number 4, they have excellent night vision. You ever find yourself face to tusks with a wild boar? Don't try to outrun it. In the dark, you won't be able to because they have 8 times better night vision than humans. This means they can see perfectly in the dark, whereas most animals can only see shades of gray. It also means they can see you clearly in the dark, but you probably wouldn't be able to see them even if their eyes were glowing red. No. 5. They're surprisingly good swimmers. When you imagine a wild boar, you probably imagine it charging through a forest or rooting around in the mud. You probably don't imagine it swimming through water. But they're actually great swimmers and will swim underwater for hours at a time. This is because their snouts act like paddles and their bodies are streamlined so they can swim efficiently. This means they can easily cross rivers, lakes, and even oceans if they need to. No. 6. They eat almost everything. If you've ever seen a wild boar, you've probably noticed that it has a very long snout. It uses this long snout to dig up food, roots, tubers, and bulbs. They'll also eat berries, acorns, and other fruits. Basically, if it grows on the ground, chances are they'll eat it. They're also not above eating carrion, which means they'll scavenge dead animals if there's nothing else to eat. And they're not picky eaters. They'll also happily dine on garbage and pet food. Basically, if you leave any kind of food out, don't be surprised if a wild boar comes and eats it all. Number 7, they're raising hell. Wild boars are considered an invasive species in many parts of the world, simply because there are any predators that are willing to hunt them. This means that they have few natural enemies and are free to roam wherever they want, destroying crops and generally causing hell. Farmers spend millions of dollars trying to protect their crops from these voracious animals, and it's not always successful. If you add to that the fact that wild boars are known to attack humans and each other, you start to understand why they're considered such a dangerous animal. But do you think wild boars are as scary as I do? Or do you think they're more misunderstood than anything? Let me know in the comments below, and thanks for watching.